In the morning, Van served breakfast to her little daughter, Taehee, who was 6 years old. Jungkook sat beside them, carefully checking if the was okay for her. Once he was sure, he helped Taehee eat. Van sat down at the table and gently said, Taehee, don't fight today in school, okay? Taehee glanced at her mom, then at her dad. She wanted fight. Jungkook said confidently, I already made her understand. Van saw a small smile forming. You are spoiling her so much, Jungkook. Okay, wifey, he replied teasingly. She wanted to do anything. Now we are leaving. Jungkook stood up and scooped Taehyung into his arms and leaning down, he Wan's forehead and whispered, Take care of yourself. Wan smiled softly. You too. She, Taehyung on the cheek. Jungkook turned to his daughter and said, Princess, give Taehyung uninterested just Wan's cheek slightly. With that, Jungkook and Taehyung left, leaving Wan at the table, a soft in her heart. At night, Wan and Jungkook were wrapped in each other's arms on their. Jungkook broke the hug slightly and whispered, Wan smiled, brushing her against his. They shared a small, knowing smile and just about to again when a soft knock echoed at the door. Startled them both, pulled back slightly. Jungkook got up and walked to the door to open, and standing there was their little princess, Taehee, holding a toy bear in her tiny hands, her innocent eyes so much like her mother's looking up at him, and Jungkook's heart melted instantly. He scooped her up gently and carried her back to the. What are you doing here, princess? He asked softly. Taehee yawned and murmured, I want to with you, Appa. Jungkook chuckled and placed her on the down beside her. Van positioned herself on the other side, but Taehi slowly moved closer to Jungkook, snuggling against him. Both Van and Jungkook exchanged a small, confused glance. Good night, Appa, Taehi whispered, wrapping her small arms around him tightly. Van has tightened slightly, feeling a pang of that her daughter had not come to her. Jungkook noticing Van's expression, so he gently held Van's hand and gave her a reassuring nod, slightly letting Van know to not think much. Just Taehin. Van sighed softly, letting herself watch them for a moment, feeling the of their little family. Van and Taehi come to Jungkook's office. As soon as they entered, Jungkook opened his arms, hugging Taehi tightly before planting a soft on Van's cheek. I brought lunch for you, Van said with a smile. Thank you, Jungkook replied. Then he looked at Taehi. Today we'll eat lunch together, hmm? Taehi clapped her hand excitedly, making both Van and Jungkook chuckle. They enjoyed their lunch together, laughter filling the room. Afterward, Van was talking on the phone while Taehi sat on the couch trying to read her alphabet book cutely. Suddenly the door opened and a beautiful woman entered. She was Era, one of Jungkook's employees. She bowed politely to Van. Ma'am, if you need anything, please tell me. Van shook her head. No, I'm fine. Thank you. Era nodded, smiling politely. Boss is in a meeting, so I'll stay here in case you need something. Van nodded, appreciating her professionalism. Then Era's eyes fell on Taehi. She smiled softly and bowed to the little girl as well. Taehi delighted walked over and grabbed Era's hands. Play with me, please, she said, her eyes sparkling. Era looked up at Van uncertain. Van smiled and nodded. It's okay. Relieved, Era began playing with Taehi. Van sat back on the couch, watching her daughter laugh and enjoy herself, filling her heart with Sometime later, the door opened again. Jungkook walked in, spotting a van and then Taehee with Era. Taehee immediately ran to him. Appa, she exclaimed. Jungkook scooped her up in his arms, her cheeks. Era politely bowed to him, while Van stood up, watching her quietly. Then Taehyung looked up at him with a mischievous grin. Appa, I want a new mama. Jungkook froze, eyes widening in shock. One face fell, and Era stiffened awkwardly. What do you mean, Princess? Jungkook asked gently, trying to keep calm. I want her as my new mama, Taehyung said, pointing to Era. She is sweet and does not scold me like mama. Before Van could stop the tears, they fell freely down her cheeks. Jungkook's gaze immediately met her, filled with her and a concern. Era gulped, realizing the storm she might have unintentionally walked into. Appa, please make her my mama, Taehyung pleaded. Jungkook sighed, trying to gather his thoughts. But before he could respond, Van quietly stepped back and walked out of the office. Van stopped, Jungkook called, but she was already gone. Era hesitated. Boss, should I leave? Jungkook nodded yes. Era bowed politely and left. Jungkook then turned to Taehyung, who was pouting. He closed his eyes, exhaling slowly, then before her and held her small hand in his. Why do you want a new? He asked gently. Taehyung, because Mama always scolds me. Jungkook shook his head, cupping her face with his large hands. But she scolds you because she. Do you understand how much Mama? How can you think of someone else just because she corrects you? Taehyung looked down, ashamed. Jungkook, her forehead softly. So much, princess. She wakes up early to make your breakfast, help you with your homework, washes your clothes, get you ready for a school. And you want someone else just because Mama scolds you. I'm sorry, Appa. He murmured. You should say sorry to Mama too. Jungkook said gently, helping her understand. Taehyung nodded. Jungkook lifted her into his arms once more and headed toward the office door, ready to find a van and make things right. Jungkook walked out of the office, holding a Taehyung tightly in his arms. His heart felt heavy as he searched for a van. He found her sitting on a bench outside the building, her face turned away, wiping her tears silently. Van, Jungkook called softly, but she did not look at him. Jungkook walked closer and in front of her, still holding a Taehyung. Please look at me. Slowly, Van lifted her eyes. They were red and swollen. I'm sorry, she whispered. Maybe I'm not good mother. Maybe I scolded her too much. Jungkook shook his head immediately. Don't say that. You are the best mother Taehyung could ever have. He gently put Taehyung down in front of Van. Taehyung looked at her mama, her little eyes filled with a guilt. Mama, Taehyung said softly, I'm sorry. I did not mean it. Taehyung continued, holding Van's hand with her tiny fingers. Van broke down completely and pulled Taehyung into her arms. Don't ever say that, she cried softly. You are my Taehyung. Mama scolded you because she wants you to be good, not because she does not. You, I know. Taehyung sniffed. I'm sorry. Jungkook watched them, his eyes shining. He wrapped his arms around both of them, pulling them into a tight embrace. This family, he said firmly, is only us three. No one can replace your ever. Vine rested her head on Jungkook's, feeling safe again. Thank you for standing by me, she whispered. Always, Jungkook replied, her hair. You are my wife. They smiled between them. That moment healed everything. The misunderstanding, and the fear, the three of them held each other, knowing that no matter what, there would always keep them together.